I'd like to hand you over to Mr. Uncle Bob Anderson, Dr. Bob Anderson, our festival patron this year and a very dear man to me. Thank you, Uncle.
I'm delighted as patron to welcome everybody to this wonderful occasion, and on behalf of the Quandamooka people, Nugi, Nunakal and Gurrappa people, to say, Gound and Nanami, welcome to this land. And I also acknowledge Councillor Craig Ogilvie, who was the elected representative of the on the Redlands City Council. So welcome to Craig Ogilvie, who's always been a very good supporter of the arts and what happens in the domain here. We're close to Mooloomba. If you have a look on the maps, the Mooloomba Road goes that way, and Mooloomba was one of the spirit people who would visit his domain up in the headlands during the storm seasons when the lightning would flash. He'd come down and walk his domain and then go back to his place up there in the sky, as we call Biggie Pie, Gallon Pie, Milligan Pie, the place of the sun, moon and the stars, and revisit when he was ready. So all of these things I learned from my mother, who was born at a fisherman's camp at Koran on South Stradbroke, Minjerva, and grew up on the mission with her Aboriginal mother. All those stories that are handed down. And I must say, when we talk in terms of walking country, when I was a schoolboy, that'll be about 75 years ago. Now I walk country with Uncle Fraser Brown. We loaded our goods on the horse over at near Dunwich Way there, Gympie, and walked across, and I remember walking along this roadway in the front there when it was just two wheel tracks where horses and carts and sulkies used to go along and an occasional car. So that's how you learn about the land, is walking country literally on your general feet, and feel embraced by the spirit of the land. That's been my experience. So all those things I've passed on to my family, and I've been very fortunate. I have a son and a daughter, 6 grandchildren and 4 great-grandchildren who are all interested in their culture and walking country as well, the same as everybody here would be joyous about their roots to connections with their countries, whatever far-off lands they would be, and enjoy the spirit of the land there where their forebears were born. And when you appreciate that, you understand it's similar how Quandamooka people feel about their land, and that's why we say, Gound in the Army, welcome to this land. Thank you. Might give some expression of some words that I put down when we turned in, talk in terms of connection with country and that spiritual connection. What I learned from my mother, 2 important words, Mil and Binang. Mil is the eye, and Binang, as you hear, the connotation is to observe and listen. So we hear what the country is telling us. Sharing, we identify the common interest, and this is the foundation stone on which to build living on Minjerva. We share our love for the island and its many beauties, lakes, streams, and our saltwater boundaries. To me and my family, our cultural heritage is something we all have a right to, and we all need to ensure its protection. Cultural heritage is the vision of my country, the way I view and see my country, the way I talk or sing up my country, the way I talk of the stories of my country, and the way I talk of my elders and ancestors, the way I call their names as I walk the sacred places of my country, and the way I remember their brave deeds on my land is my cultural heritage. My spiritual connection with the land is my cultural heritage. All these things are part of my cultural heritage. Talk, my country, to gather the seashells from the ocean beaches and bayside beaches is part of my cultural heritage. To see the changing nature of the flora with the seasons, to gather the wildflowers and to eat the berries and fruits of my country reminds me of my mother and her connection to this, my cultural heritage. To observe the birds, their migratory flight patterns and nesting habitats, to understand how their presence fertilises, pollinates and regenerates the plant growth, how they herald the arrival of the deep sea mullet, the whales and other sea habitats for seasonal sustenance. This is my cultural heritage of my country. To be with my family and community people, walking the country together, makes that strong spiritual connection with the land is my cultural heritage. And remember, this land will always embrace people of goodwill and spirit and be part of my cultural heritage. Thank you. And I declare the day's workshops open. To the tune of the kookaburras.